Grade honors, we're doing our 4 transformations again, so this time we're just concentrating on rotations. So go ahead and write your heading. And today was the 10th, but I will see you next week. A rotation turns a figure around a fixed point called the center of rotation. So a rotation is always a turn. And for our examples, the center of rotation will be the origin, the center of the coordinate plane. And we'll rotate in increments of 90 degrees. Why 90? Because 90 is like a left or right-hand turn. Pay attention to the direction of rotation. So which way are we going? If we go this way, this is clockwise. And the opposite direction is called counterclockwise. Consider each quadrant as another 90 degree in the rotation. So if we start right here, we'll just put this as starting point. We go 90 degrees to get right here. And if we go over here to the next quadrant, we're at 180 degrees. All skateboarders know this stuff. And then we go up another 270 degrees here. And then when we get back to the starting point, we're at 360. We're at 360 degrees. So a 360 means just turning around in a circle, of course. And we just break it into 90 degree increments here. 90 degrees is one turn. Find the number of degrees in each rotation shown below. To go clockwise from this pre-image to the image, then that is a 90 degree turn, 90 degrees. But if we went counterclockwise, if we went this way to get there, we'd go 90, 180, 270. So this is 270 when you go the other direction. So looking at the pre-image right here, and that's the image. This is a 90 degree turn counterclockwise. But if we were to go, so it's 90 degrees when we go counterclockwise, but if we were to go this way, we'd have to go 90, 180, 270. And for this pre-image, we need to go 90, 180 when we go counterclockwise. And we have, looks like the same distance when we go the opposite direction. So when we go, you know what, I already did that. I did clockwise, so this is 90, 180, so yes. No matter what direction you go, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, you're gonna be going 180 degrees. Excuse me on that one. 180 and 180. Let's do one more. The pre-image, if we go 90 degrees this way, 90 degrees counterclockwise, we get to the image. But if we go clockwise instead, if we go around this way, we have to go 90, 180, 270 degrees. Okay, so you could go through the remaining 2 on your own. And looking at this here, let me just walk you through this example at the top here. Rotate the figure shown at the right 90 degrees. Okay, let me underline that. Then 180. And then 270 going clockwise. Okay, so we're gonna rotate going that way. After each rotation, record the coordinates of the image in the appropriate table. Look for any patterns and try to create the algebraic representation for each. Okay. All right, so if we rotate this 90 degrees, okay, we gotta bring it into this quadrant right here, okay, because we're going around clockwise. We gotta bring it to this quadrant, but we have to also turn it too. So, how can we put this? We are 2 spaces from the axis. Okay, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 units wide. So from 2 to 6. And if we go all the way out to 7 here, And this is how high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that will have to work right there, 7, okay. So now let's connect our dots. We have our image here. So this is our A prime. This is our C prime, and this is our B prime. So let's record our coordinates for the image. So A is at 1, -2. B is at 1, -6. C is at 7, -4. All right, so going from this pre-image to the image, how can we represent that with algebra? Okay, so let's look at our coordinates here. Look at our numbers. What happened? Ooh, okay, it looks like the y values became the x values. Yep. So let's see here. In my own words, the y values switched with the x values, and what else happened here? Sorry, I'm still looking at it. So the y values switched with the x values. So the y's became the x's. Oh, I see, yes, okay. Sorry, I had to really think about it for a while, but now I see. So the x values from the pre-image just took opposite signs. So x values from pre-image changed signs. Changed signs. All right, and then how do we represent this through algebra? Well, the x values change signs, so we put -x, and then the y values stayed positive, so we just put y. Okay, y values stayed positive, the x values switched to their opposites. Okay, let's try another one. So again, rotating counterclockwise. We are up here, yep, -2, +1. And then we're also at -6. So -6, -1. So -6, -1, -2, -1. And then we could bring this all the way down to -7. So -4, -7. Okay. I'm going to connect my dots. Okay, and this is B prime, this is A prime, and this is C prime. Okay, let's get our coordinates. This is at -2, -1 for A. B is at -6, -1. C is at -4, -7. Okay, let's do this algebraic first. So what happened here? What happened to these numbers? Oh, it looks like we have the same numbers, but they just switch signs for x and y. So we could put negative x and negative y. Because the x values, they stayed the same numbers, but they switched signs. The y values, they stayed the same numbers, but they switched signs also. Okay, so in my own words, x and y values changed signs. Okay, so that's it for rotation, and please just work through the remainder of this on your own, and then please bring me any questions you have to class. Thank you.